what's your top 5 or 10 favorite One Piece characters? And if you could use hockey, which would you specialize? Have a great day, my brother. Oh, forgive me. I was looking at some glorious valley. What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very good day no matter when you watch this video. I wish you all a very good day. And so with that being said, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly Chibit questions. So before I begin, I'm just going to say thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you, for two different things. Number one, thank you so much for all of the birthday wishes. I truly appreciate that. And number two, thank you so much. We have finally hit 200K. We hit 200,000. I remember when I first started this channel, I never would have thought I would have gotten 1,000. Never would have thought I would have got 10,000. And even when I hit 100,000, it felt like a dream come true. It blew my mind. But look at here. We have hit 200,000. Without all of you guys, it wouldn't have been possible. You guys, supporting me, helping me out, leaving likes, comments, sharing videos, all of that. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have been here at all. So, I appreciate that. So, with that being said, let's begin this week's Chibit questions. What kind of world issues / topics that you would like anime or manga to cover more? Well, there's a lot of topics that have been done. I mean, we have the whole thing with, the perspective of anime creators, manga creators. We've had economics done. We've had politics done. We've had, a lot of different elements of shut-ins. We've had elements of light novel writers and stuff, book writers. What world issues / topics? One issue I think I haven't seen done properly in a while is having either a single mom or single dad taking care of children. Now, I know that is some common anime themes that we see nowadays. It is. I'm talking about a legit seinen or josei level series that is, very mature, not comedy. It does have some comedy here and there, but overall, it's a very serious series about, like, a single mom or single dad having to take care of children and trying to figure out how to pay the bills, keep the children safe or happy, being able to go to school, education, stuff like that, and just seeing how the parent has to overcome certain issues that the children may face and what the adult may face even if he has to lose his job. That is something I would love to see a series tackle. There might be something out there like that, but I haven't really seen anything recently that really tackles an issue like that and doesn't just focus on comedy, because there's quite a few that's come out recently, but it's mainly just comedy-based. I would love to see one that really goes down nitty-gritty and becomes very serious. I would love something like that. If there is a series like that, point me to it. I definitely would love to read it or watch it. When are you going to go to an anime con? When I have the time. What was the longest you went without sleep? Probably 2 days. I think that was the longest, like 2.5 days or so, I think is how long I went without sleep. And I think the reason why is because I was just playing games at the time. It was when I was really young. I was playing Diablo 2 on the PC, and I stayed up for many days just grinding out the, difficulty modes of Diablo 2 and all that, and I was really into the game. I was really, really into the game. This is the early, 2000s, and I remember staying up that long, and I slept for I think I slept for 18 hours. That's the longest I ever slept, but man, it was fun. I had a lot of fun playing Diablo. Hey Chibi, hope you're having an amazing day. If you had to choose between making videos for us Chibits or get to spend 5 hours with Holo in her wolf form for a day only, what would you choose? This is an easy question. I may like Holo, but there's a couple of reasons why I wouldn't choose Holo in this question. Number one, it's a one-time thing. Number two, I'm not technically into Holo's wolf form, so that's not for me. And also, number three, I love you guys too much. You guys bring me a lot of happiness. So I'm going to say I'd like to make more videos for you guys. Would you watch an anime about two yanderes who fall for each other? I think that would be fun to see, even if it's just an OVA. Now that you mention it, that would be a very interesting story. Is there anything like that? You'd think there would be two yanderes in love with each other, is there? There's bound to be a series like that out there. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments below, but whoa, how would that work? Two yanderes Like, would they love each other? Like, yeah, if they fall for each other, oh my god, their life would be very interesting to see. I mean, how they would handle each other's life because of how yanderis are in the first place. I'm curious about that, how that would really be done. I wonder if there's a series like that. I'm curious. I might need to go searching. First off, congrats on 200k subs, my boy. Each one is well earned. As for the question, I can't think of one super out there aside from the usual how you are and how I appreciate whenever you reply to my questions, even if I tend to typo. So let this brighten your day a bit more. It's stuff like this that makes me happy to be able to make Chibit questions. And you know what? Thank you so much. Hopefully you're having a very good day as well. And all of you out there, all of you right now currently watching this video, no matter when you watch this, be it weeks, months, years after upload, I still wish you very, very good days to come. And like I said, just seeing stuff like this, it brings me happiness. Thank you so much for this post. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I mean, it's been busy, it's been chaotic, It's gonna be late when you guys see this, like per usual. It seems like the Chibit questions is more along the lines of been more of a Sunday night, early Monday release schedule nowadays. But I mean, yeah. But besides being busy, tired, and just jury duty earlier this week, you know, it's been a good week, I guess, overall. And thank you so much for asking. How have you been? If you could take an item into a fantasy world like in Konosuba, what would you take and why? Also, Wiz is best girl. I think you're wrong there. It's Megami that is best girl, but to answer your question, what item I would take? Something that I would be able to use consecutively or consistently, because, I mean, if I was to bring electronic, obviously it would die, because most likely if I go to a fantasy world, like typical stuff you would see in a light novel or anime or whatever, there's not usually electricity, so I'm going to assume I shouldn't bring, like, a camera, phone, anything like that. I would need to bring something that wouldn't necessarily need to be durable, something I could use consistently. I would say one item, and I guess I'd have to be able to carry it too. What would I bring? A blanket. I'd bring me a blanket, because depending on the fantasy world, I'm probably gonna have many cold nights outside, so I'm gonna say I'd bring me a blanket. That's what I would take, like a very good, nice, and thick blanket. What do you think of the Fairy Tail sequel announcement? Ah, yes. The sequel to an abomination of a series. Hiro Mashima. It's time to stop, okay? It's time to, you know, go to other pastures. It's time to start a new series. You know, hit the reset button. It's time to do a series that you haven't already kind of ran into the ground. Come on, man. It's not enough time for this. There's no time for another Fairy Tail series, okay? I mean, I know it makes you a lot of money. I know there's a lot of fans out there that really ride that series and all that, even though there's a lot of problems with it. And which, don't get me wrong, if you enjoy the series, you enjoy the series. But there's so many problems with Fairy Tail, and it just getting a sequel. I just feel like Hiro Mashima should focus on starting something fresh and new and trying to figure out how to do it better than continuing off of something that's already stained and ruined. If you were a Pokemon, what Pokemon would you be? Mimikyu. Did you know that Gaku Gurashi School Live is getting a live-action film? I had no idea. Huh. I mean, I don't know if it'll necessarily be good, but who knows? It potentially could. Didn't you graduate high school like a year or two, and you're 23? Shinobu Otaka. Maggie's Offer will be coming out with a new manga called Orient on May 30th. Will you be doing a first impressions of her new manga? Oh, is that art of her upcoming manga? It looks really nice. I really actually like the way that looks. No promises. It depends on how May 30th is. Anything can happen from this point now to May 30th. I don't know. The world could end. So I'm not going to do any promises. But I mean, I do like, you know, Shinobu's work. I just do hope that overall Shinobu isn't rushed in certain parts of her story if it does become popular. Like how certain parts of Magi was rushed. Like, for instance, the main flashback arc. I just hope she isn't rushed in certain ways. But I'll definitely check it out, though. I do like, you know, Shinobu's work. Hey, Chibi, congratulations on 200k. Onward to 1 mil. My question is PUBG or Fortnite in the debate. Thank you so much, and I'm happy with 200k. I don't know if it would ever reach 1 million. I don't... It would make me internally happy if we did, but I don't know if... I don't know. I don't know if that's even possible, to be honest. I'm just gonna be real here. But to answer your question, I'm more of a Fortnite fan, And the reason why is because every time I try to play PUBG, it just runs like crap. The optimization for the game is just straight trash for me. So, I personally prefer Fortnite because it just runs so much smoother, runs better, and plays better, and just the system of it is just easy to get into compared to PUBG. How cute is Zero 2? Now, that is straight adorable. Oh, it's so adorable. You know, if you would have made her, like, her skin red, like the Red Oni from, the previous episode, it would be even better. This would be even cuter than this version, but that's adorable. That's super, super adorable. What's your top 5 or 10 favorite One Piece characters? And if you could use hockey, which would you specialize? Have a great day, my brother. Oh, forgive me. I was looking at some glorious Valley. But anyways, my top 5 favorite characters of One Piece. Okay, so I don't want to give any spoilers, but my number 1 favorite that always stood out to me was definitely Whitebeard. He's definitely bona fide number 1. Kizaru number 2. I'm not going to count any of the Straw Hats as well, because I feel like adding Straw Hats is cheating, so I'm not going to probably add any Straw Hats as well. I'm just going to say, this list is not going to contain Straw Hats, because too cheating, because Luffy would be number 1, then Zoro, and then probably Nami, Robin, Brook, and all them, and just like, it would spoil things. So, I want to do characters that are not a part of the Straw Hat crew. So, Whitebeard, Kizaru, let's see here, I would like, Garp, Akoji, and, Law. Those are my 5. That is definitely my 5. Now, other characters, like, honorable mentions, Doffy, very good character, love Doffy. Let's see, other good characters, Rob. Rob is a great character. What other characters? Let's see, you know, Inaru, you know, Enil and all that. 9 and 10. Who would be 9 and 10? I guess Kid. Captain Kid. And then Fujitora. That would be my top 10. Now, what hockey would I specialize in? Probably Conqueror's hockey. Did you know that Hiro Mashima is a fan of the Monogatari series? I would have never guessed that since I'm not a fan of Fairy Tail. By the way, you should complete the Monogatari series because it's a masterpiece. Oh, I know Monogatari is a masterpiece, but seriously? Like, Hiro is a fan of Monogatari? Like you, I never would have guessed. I mean, the quality of writing between the two is very different. I mean, Monogatari is pretty good. Fairy Tail is, laughable, so I'm pretty surprised. I wonder if, you know, he reads Monogatari to see if he can figure out a way to be as good as the writer of Monogatari. Who knows? But, that's pretty shocking. Who would you invite to your house, Griffith or Dio? Probably Dio. I would never let Griffith into my house because that man is... No. Just no. I'd rather have my boy Dio. That's swole as hell. I just started getting a learner driving lessons. What were your first experiences driving and how did you overcome them? So you're talking about like a permit or just license in general? I'm assuming all of it. Like, you know, the whole shebang. You know, driving in general. I got my first driver's license when I was 16, like my permit at 16. And then I got my license at like almost 18. I was almost 18 when I got my license or whatever. But I mean, my first experiences overall were relatively tame. Nothing exciting really happened. The only time I really used the vehicle I had to go anywhere was just to work. That's really the only thing I ever really used it for, or help my dad out, take him somewhere or whatever. That is usually the only time I really ever used the vehicle. And I guess after I started working at the welding factory that I was in, that's when my first true experiences that really scared the crap out of me. I made a video a long time ago, actually, like, in vlogs and stuff, I talked about it, like, where I got in a wreck. I got into, like, 2 wrecks, actually, when I was working at Tinko and all that. And one, I got hit by a semi, an 18-wheeler, and I got out of this little Buick, my little Buick and all that, like it was nothing. Like, I literally just rolled out of the window and all that, and I was just like, completely fine. No scratches or anything, but an 18-wheeler literally plowed into my car, just devastated. It was bad. And then, another one I had to where deer ran out in the road, and one of these back roads I lived down, it was early in the morning, very foggy. Deer ran out like a big pack of them and all that early in the morning. It was like 4:30 in the morning when I was going to work, and basically I almost hit him, so I veered a little bit off the road and went into like a ditch. So those are the two experiences I've had with driving, and you know, I guess you just gotta live with it. You just gotta be very cautious. Always be cautious and pay attention to your surroundings. That's my advice. It's pretty scary though, because you gotta realize when you are driving, you literally are driving a weapon. You said if you get over 1K likes on your last Chibit questions video, you would tell us what other fetishes you have. And what do you think of this pick? Okay, to clarify, I only said one. One. Okay, over 1K. And I'll tell you, okay, I'll tell you, since you asked. Since you reminded me and all that, I will tell you. But, I mean, how do I feel about this pick? At least he's happy. At least he can sleep with Hero in a way in his bed. But, I mean, okay, so I've already revealed femdom, giantess fetish. Let's see here. What other one can I do? That's... I got so many, and it's embarrassing to really say. I mean, I guess it makes me a little bit more where you guys understand things more about me, and I guess this is what that time to where maybe this is too much info, but that's kind of what Chibit questions are. It's meant to cringe up, and you guys to cringe up, me to cringe up while editing, and just, I guess, try to overcome my, my shyness, in a way. Okay, so, which one? Which one? Which one? Let's see. I try to figure out one. I got some weird ones. Don't worry, I'm not into like traps or fudas or anything. I'm not into that. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not into fudas. I'm not into traps. I guess I'll start with this one. It's a tame one, I guess. Wincest. There you go. Hi Chibi, greetings from Germany. How are you doing? I have two questions for you. Which do you have to answer with yes or no? Number one, are you into lollies? No. Two, do your friends know that you're into lollies? No comment. Thank you, Chibi, for getting me addicted to Brawl and Go. I'm on chapter 31 currently. You're doing God's work. Re-Brawl and Go. What can you tell us about your... What? I'm not really gonna talk about it, because, you know, that's... Yeah, look, I may reveal fetishes to you guys and stuff, but that's too personal even for me. What do you get when you take about 5 dozen eggs, put them in a bowl, and mix the hell out of them? A very big mess. Katakuri versus Escanor, both on full power. Also have a great day, man. Love your vids. Can't wait for Megalobox to drop in your video on it. And like you said, this is definitely the dark horse of spring season. Megalobox is really good. Cannot wait for episode 2. If you haven't yet to watch Megalobox, go out of your way and watch it. Really good. Now, Katakuri versus Escanor, full power, both of them. Without any spoilers, I would just say Escanor would probably destroy Katakuri. Now, hear me out. I know about Katakuri's skill set, okay? You don't have to tell me. But the thing is Escanor is literally a god. Like, almost pretty much a god. And he could speed blitz probably the hell out of Katakuri because of how his one form is. So, I would say Escanor, since you said both at full power, Escanor would definitely probably win the encounter between Katakuri versus Escanor. What do you think? Getting back to art after failed attempt to go pro in gaming. Got thick thighs. Gonna be honest, I like them thighs. Nice art though. I like it. Do you think there is a time skip in Boku no Hero Academia someday? P.S. Go beyond with your greatness. Plus Ultra! Well, all shonens usually have a time skip, so it's only a matter of time. And also, we do know that, you know, Izuku is narrating the story of Boku no Hero Academia, so for all we know, when we get to the point to when he's about to become the pro hero, we could have a time skip to that very point where he's narrating the entire story. Your thoughts? I guess this confirms it. He was actually a she all along. How do you like my coloring? I really like the way you did the clothing, especially the red in the clothing. That's probably my favorite part of this picture besides the eyes. If there's one thing I've always liked about colorings and stuff in manga panels, it's the way the eyes are done. I don't know, just something about eyes have always just drawn me to them. But this is a pretty nice, this is a coloring of a manga. Oh, wow, you did a pretty freaking good job. This actually looks like a legitimate, like, illustration instead of just a coloring. So, you know, well done. Good job. Hey, Chibi, hope you're having an amazing day. Do you still dig the best android waifu? Oh, man, I'm gonna have to censor the hell out of that. But, whew, that's a quality pick. Good man. But, do I still dig best android waifu? Yes. Oh, yes. 2B. 2 booty. Quality. Excluding All Might, who do you think is the best Might? Okay, these are great. I'm not even gonna lie, this is pretty good. Like, you did a good job. I don't know who made this, but props to all of them. You know, I'm gonna say I'm gonna side with Tokoyami. The Tokoyami face just looks perfect. I left out Chibit questions last time. If you could voice any anime character, who would it be? Lawrence, Spice, and Wolf is off limits. Any harem main male character voice actor, I would say. Will you let the Chibits pick what hentai you will watch for 200k? Well, technically, you guys failed the deal, because I said to reach 200k before my birthday, but you guys reached it after my birthday, like the day after. But since it is a special occasion, I most likely still will do it, but I'm going to need to think on it. I'll probably do a poll on Twitter, just putting certain titles out there that I'll just, do like a skit or a review of or something like that. I'll figure it out, but I'll probably do something like that. Femdom or anal? What is your go-to for those two categories? You said don't hold back. Well, I'm not a fan of anal, so yeah. And with that, I want to end this week's Chibit questions there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for liking these videos. And thank you so much for constantly just giving me a smile each day. I truly appreciate it. And with that, guys, I love you. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. And if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. Chibi out.